Hello, Recreate7 and welcome back to Combat Mission Battle for Normandy. We are continuing with the Amiens Tonight campaign and specifically the Somme scenario. We've been tasked with securing a bridgehead over the River Somme. This big chunky blue thing running across the map here. In the first episode of this, we were concentrating on clearing the Germans out of the nearest side of the river and spent a bit of time focusing on removing the Germans from this position here. We do know there's a little bit of resistance left on this side of the river, which we're going to work to eradicate as our first objective, and then we will look to secure ourselves a crossing. How are we going to do that? Well, a couple of things we are going to do. First, we're going to grab ourselves one of these infantry platoons, and we're going to bring these fine gentlemen up and split them amongst these buildings, so we have a bit of a fire base so we can help suppress any Germans immediately opposing the river crossing. We're also, once we've reduced this position, we're going to be able to bring up a few more tanks to use in a direct fire role against some known German positions in these buildings. Again, always wary of AT guns hiding at longer range and potentially some German armour. And finally, we're going to use a bunch of smoke to cover our ultimate crossing, which we're going to lean on our FO here. So we're going to bring him up to situate him probably in one of these houses, and we're just going to drop smoke. I suspect just in the middle of this road area, just to kind of give us a working area of this kind of first bridgehead. There's quite a lot of obstacles in the road, so I suspect we're going to have to use some engineers to clear these. Well, I don't really suspect we are going to have to use engineers to clear these. Sorry, but the camera getting confused with the bridge there. In order to clear a path for our vehicles, otherwise it's pretty slow going. Actually, there's lots of barbed wire and traps and things, so we have to look at what is the most efficient way to clear these out. And it may be, I mean, potentially we could push across with infantry, kind of gain a foothold in these buildings, and then try and use engineers to clear rather than pushing the engineers first, because they're probably going to come under fire. Things to consider. Oh, likewise, I'll have to clear the ones over here. I'd missed those. Guess they hadn't all spawned in earlier. Okay, so this is going to be the first job for our engineers, is going to be clearing a path through these objectives. Interesting. Which essentially is going to have to be all through here. And probably might need to take both those out. Just gives ourselves a bit better angle for the old combat mission, whatchamacallit, AI. Right, good, anyway, that's not what we're going to do. So, first orders, I'm going to grab my forces in here and move them into these two buildings so we can provide fire support against these last known German positions. I'm also moving my Sherman 5 here into a direct fire position against this building here. We know there's some Germans on the ground floor. I had wanted to do some direct fire against the other known German position, but we have a slight hiccup. In that, if I grab my trusty Sherman, let's get this point in the street, and we do a target command, we can see that as we head towards this building, and we go through this, I mean, can't call it a wooded patch, handful of trees, the shrubbery, I don't know, but they are claiming they cannot see this building behind because of these trees, which is, it's a little frustrating. I'm pretty sure you could thread a 75mm shell through that sizable gap, but yeah, that's unfortunately the spotting system we are dealing with. Now we will be able to do some indirect fire with light machine guns. Essentially just target an action square and you're going to go horizontal along the ground, so you might get some fire in the building behind. Failing that, we may look to use some engineers to blow through these buildings and give it a suppressive fire in them. So I'm bringing a full engineer section over to help reinforce this position, as well as moving our French troops up to the second story. Their primary role is to really capture any Germans fleeing out the back of this building and finish them off. But also they can help push in on this position if need be. We'll have to get our engineers across this this road section. Let me turn so you can see what I'm talking about. It's a bit of a danger if there's Germans here. Not greatest sight lines, but certainly potential for trouble. So I'm going to get my Sherman to roll forward and pop some smoke just to try and block that view as we get our engineers across. And that's kind of the state of play. Still a large portion of forces we're not actively using, but hopefully we'll kind of bring them forward a little bit more. So I'm not expecting too much to happen this first minute, but it's always nice to start with a little bit of movement in action. Quite keen for see what my spotter sees as well. Oh, hello. This was not the sporadic fire I was expecting. So it would appear that point still contains some Germans. Ooh, okay, maybe in the upper level. Okay, we can do that. You seem to be going an odd way. I had thought they might come out the back door. Now, admittedly, that wasn't the position I was worried about. It was more just indiscriminate fire from over here. But still, oops, sorry. I had asked them to come out the back door, but I guess their pathing hasn't quite worked that way. Oh, that's my own. That's my own 75. Mild panic there. Okay, so you can put some rounds into that building. Next turn, hopefully. Let's go ahead and have a quick look at last. Some explosions to start things off. Why not? Unfortunately, I didn't pull you much further forward. You could get a rather unfortunate grenade from a second story window. That's the thing, tanks in tight spaces, not really how you want to be doing things. But that should be giving those Germans a pretty bad day. Excellent. Jolly good. Right, so we would like to address this issue. Which you are targeting the second story, yes, good. So I do have some men moving in the ground floor, which is potentially dangerous. So tell you what I'll do actually. Who is moving in? It's my French troops. I'm going to have you say... let's wait here for something like, say, 30 seconds. And then I'm going to have you... Oh, you can assault from up here. And in fact, we've got troops going up here as well. But I'm going to have you wait for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to have you storm in here. And my good old Sherman. I'm just going to give you a target briefly command for 30 seconds. Which should be enough to suppress... Just going to clear that, make sure that went through okay. Suppress anyone there. A couple of 75mm shells, but machine gun fire, all should do well. They may already be bugging out, actually. We shall fire. We shall fire. We shall see! Okay, meanwhile, the smoke is... Oh! Exactly where I want it to be, which... that's not always guaranteed. And I do want to move you forward, and this position is fine. So we're going to move you gents to here, and then... don't know if I want you all downstairs. Might just hold you back here and then we're going to split you up. Actually, if I had some people firing on this building now, it would be a good time to get my actual troops in position. I wonder. Do we have any sight lines from, say, back here? Are you going to suffer from the same tree issue? You are. This spot is proving to be troublesome. Oh. We could do that. Light to park file. You need to, it's more like, yeah. It needs to be an action square over, but you can't see it. This is not really giving me what I want. clear target. Okay, I'm invaluable for no. Right, we'll just get ready with our engineers. Once we've cleared out here, we will come through and blast a hole. Well, actually, given the smoke, is it worth trying to push in now? This door? No. Sorry, I shouldn't deliberate so much on camera. This is the kind of things which normally go through my head. Now we're going to hold back. We're going to have another minute of just annihilating this position. We'll get a French in Overwatch in these windows, make sure that place is clear, and then we're going to push forward the engineers, and we're just going to blast a couple of holes in this building. That's the plan. Good. I don't... Everything else is kind of waiting for the next couple minutes till we eradicate that. Okay, fine. Let's just hit Big Red. No, before that, one last thing I want to check was what story are you on? Please elevate your position. You're in a scouting role. Thank you. Okay, oh, nice. A good first hit. Oh, hello. And goodbye. We briefly saw them. Well, these guys are already both dead. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's running downstairs. Okay. Oh. Looks like you're engaging him, potentially. Oh, yeah, there he goes. There goes the 75 more shell. Oh my word. Let's try this again. Okay, he comes downstairs. Germans annihilated. Sorry, that's probably very loud on the recording there. Okay, we have got a free French upstairs. Probably can't see much because of the smoke. Actually, do you know what? This is a perfect time to blow into that building. You can be around for another minute? Yeah, I suspect so. Okay, cool. I'm gonna probably have to tell this guy to stop. I don't want him going through all his 75 shells. Especially when he's missing. Apparently those trees do get in the way, so fair play. Okay. What we're going to do now, and it is towards the tail end of the smoke, unfortunately, but c'est la vie. We're going to have you guys go level 1. Do I want to split the squads here? Do you know what? Yes, I do. I'm going to go split into 3. No, let's just split into 2. So we're going to combine and then split. Give me 2 big chunks. These unlucky riflemen. Here, out this door to this position, and we're going to blast a hole in the wall to this position. Meanwhile, you chaps, I think are just going to wait here and wait to push across at the end of the next minute. And my tank, I'm going to switch you to a light command, so it's machine guns only. Now, I suspect at some point the Germans may... Is that smoke getting in your way now? That's really unfortunate. Oh, hello. Peekaboo. Unhappy noises. I'm going to leave it, because if I can't do them target light, because apparently the smoke's getting in the way again, just spotting issues. And I want to keep firing as to protect, keep these guys suppressed as my troops blast through. Okay, you've finished doing your piece. You gents are now free to move upstairs. Okay. Oh, hello. Aha! Doing good work already. What have you spotted? That... Man, you have some good eyes. You've spotted a sole German infantryman behind the wall, behind some trees, a significant distance across the map. Honestly, spotting this game. It's hilarious. Cool. I want to also start whaling on that position. So let's bring this tank forward. Let's spend a little bit of time blowing up the second star. This is where we got some machine gun fire from on, in fact caused us 2 casualties in this lookout team. And he has fairly rightly so run away, and I'm unfortunately going to send you right back to level 3, I think. 3. Just to help me confirm that we are killing those Germans. They'll probably move, so again, I'll do it for a minute. In fact, let's put a target timer on it, because that way doesn't matter if I forget, as I want to do. So the second story of that building was where they were shooting from. Let's do 45 seconds. We've got our squads, our infantry moving up. I'll probably I'm going to get them to bail out here actually and move through these buildings. Alright, I'm going to put these moving commands off camera, and I'm going to start filtering my infantry into these buildings here to get ourselves ready for a firebase. Alright, orders in. I had also been looking at some positions to use my tanks as again help build up the firebase on this side and suppress initial positions of the Germans. And unfortunately, the scenario designers are not quite playing fair. So I'd looked at these kind of passageways as would be quite a nice route to get some line of fire onto the far bank, and it's relatively well sheltered through building things, but it's also impassable from vehicles, so it's a little bit of a shame. So I can't bring my tanks through to those little areas, which would have been nice. So we're limited really just to this section as the only area we can use vehicles to suppress German positions, which is a little bit restricting. Anyway. I brought him forward slightly because we're going to have some of these infantry troops cut through these buildings and sneak in the door behind them. And just in position again, building up that fire base. Okay. Lots of smoke, lots of shelling. This front of this building's blown off, so I'm guessing they're either dead or maybe it's just suppressed. We should be able to get line of sight pretty easily. Let's see. Our little sappers on the go. Our engineers, I suppose. Please get off before the smoke clears. All it takes is one plucky German with an automatic weapon and bad things will happen. There she goes. Beautiful. In the building. Okay. Good. Apologies, Dutch homeowner. Dutch? French? Sounds French, actually. So, okay. Yeah, it's Amiens, south of Calais, French. Okay, my poor geography aside. Oh, that is some pretty quick damage to that building. Not actually the level we were looking for. I don't know if that's just mishits or my mismark. Let's jump back into command phase. I would like to see what you're targeting. Oh, you can't see anything. Okay, that's fine. But that was good. I'm okay for you to clear it now. What have I missed? Why are you in a panic? You guys are all in a panic. You are happy, healthy, no injuries. Happy, healthy, no injuries. Huh. I've missed something. Oh. And it may have well been some fire from German. I don't know. Okay. Right, I don't dwell on that too much. I want to finish unpicking this position. So I would like all you to head across. In here. I'm tempted to now wait until the smoke clears, because I've got quite a good fire base in here to pick off any remaining Germans. We've also got plenty of line of sight once the smoke clears to see into that building, should there be remaining Germans. And just kind of confirm there's nothing going on here before we try and push through into that building, because we do have a little bit of time. Very confused as to what has happened here. Well, the two squads are happily moving forward. Curious. Curious indeed. Okay, so I think this one we're just going to sit and wait. I'll probably put a cut and just jump forward until we are ready to assault that final building. Because I think this one's just going to be steady as she goes. Let's do a little bit more shooting at stuff. I will cancel this and save ammo. I would really like to shoot that, but I can't because of the smoke. Okay. Someone can see you and presumably shoot at you. Right, I'll do that anyway. Right, I'm going to put a slight cut in here. I should be back in probably the minute after next. In fact, I didn't get anywhere, but I just wanted to confirm it was indeed this German firing at his truck, which is what made everyone bail, and I'm probably fortunate not to have taken some casualties. Play? Yeah, you can see his machine gun. He's just trashing my truck then. Thankfully we've got some suppressed fire, but this tank can't see what's going on, which is a bit annoying. A bit of bullets whizzing past his head. And it, yeah, it's now it may cause a little bit of a blockage on this road actually, which is annoying. Meanwhile, how are you gents getting on? Ah. We shall see the aftermath. Just take some shots before you identify what you're shooting at. Okay, he pops up and goes down. You shooting at someone else? Let's go back and check that in a minute. You can see him, why can't I? That's another one down, okay. Now we only know about that German. Okay, apparently you can just see him from your position. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, you guys all made it out. The driver's okay, but the vehicle's knackered. And you still don't know what everyone's shooting at. Well, let's see if you can't change that. Please target second story. Do I want to blast through or just have you gents hold where you are? Probably hold where you are. And you... In fact, no. Let's do it. No, let's not do that. Let's split you in two. Because then half of you should be hopefully standing vigilant. I.e. this half with automatic weapons. You guys blast through. Level 1. And then my other engineer squad hiding here. I'm going to have you hold fire for, what, say 30 seconds maybe? I think it should be long enough maybe to get a blast in place. And then head upstairs. Good. Okay, fine and dandy. I'm really annoyed by that truck, but okay. Okay. That sounded pretty good. Hopefully it was a... Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, excellent. one more problem taken care of. Who are you shooting at? Okay, it's him. Yeah? Oh. That would be the blast through then. What shake effects? Okay. They should all be suppressed. No, don't shoot at these. These are not the Germans that you gents are supposed to be shooting at. These are the Germans you gents are supposed to be shooting at. Okay, right, let's concentrate on this bit first. He surrendered, 2 dead. Okay. 2 surrendered. Yeah? Position taken? Position taken. Nice. That worked really well. Suppressive fire blowing a massive hole in the wall. And we need to find ourselves some more Germans. Okay. Meanwhile, what happened with this position? Okay. So you guys are firing, but I suppose only covering that end of the building. And the Germans reposition themselves. I don't think he made it. No. Okay. Hopefully that's this position now neutralized. Beautiful. And then towards the end, I just want to have a look at that's the wrong way. Last couple of known spots. So we've got Und Rifleman and MG. So he's going to be target number 1 for tank support. From, well, I think you. Now we've not any other indication of like an AT gun lurking back here. Even with our scout, it doesn't have the greatest line of sight, but it's not a terrible line of sight. So I'm. We're gonna have to kind of not quite risk it, but accept that risk. Oh, 3-inch mortar section, that's good. To bring our tank forward in support. Specifically with a view of hitting that MG position. Like so. Was that house, wasn't it? Yeah, beautiful. And that's how we're going to build up some of the suppression required to get ourselves across the river. The other thing I'm going to do, you're going to have to clear your target. You're also going to have to get out of the way. Please drive yourself forward slightly. So that we can get around this abandoned truck, which is, yeah, pretty deeply upsetting that this has ended up happening. Now, where do I want my FO to go? Essentially into this little white building here. Are there side doors? There are side doors. So let's get our little carrier around this way. So yeah, afterwards. You get forward, get there, so the useful people can get out. I really want my 2IC to get out. You're just going to get out. And then I'll back you off there in the next minute. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Let's have you roll forward and give some cover. Alright, I'm going to have to put a cut in here and split up my infantries and get them ready to take their positions in the various buildings, and hopefully you guys recover yourself. I don't know why there's so much panic. Where did that driver end up? Were you there? Wow, you ran really far. Is this a universal carrier with a machine gun? It is. Well, congratulations, you are going to end up being a gunner. I think my 2 IC is actually going to pop out as well. We can always move them around later. I'm going to put this driver of this destroyed Bedford into this universal carrier, and then we'll have a mobile MG nest. Although we've got so many armoured vehicles, I'm not sure it's super required. You gents I'm going to want to bring forward because I'm going to utilise your explosives to clear out this part of the bridge, and then we'll get our FO in place. Excellent. Okay, I feel like we haven't really covered much time, so I'm probably going to go, I'll put a bit more cut in, because now I'm into kind of shuffling, so bring some tanks forward, I'm going to put some suppressive fire in these positions, I'm going to get my infantry and my FO up, and probably call in the smoke, and we're going to start to try and get ourselves in a place where we can clear out these objectives. So yeah, I'll come forward, I don't know, maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes, see how long it takes us to get everything in position. Okay, I'm a couple minutes further on, and I just want to bring back, because we started making some spots on the German side of the river. So you can see I've split up my infantry squads, spaced them out, just to give us lots of eyes and dispersed firepower, so we can't all be suppressed by a single German MG. And I see these gentlemen have spotted another small Panzerschreck squad in the hedgerow here, which they are engaging. And then similarly, we've spotted another small Panzerschreck squad by our FO here. They're on a target arc, so they won't engage, but it's good to know where they are. And we did also spot, and I'll have to go back a little bit in time for this, a German flak piece here, so we're going to have to think about how we're going to deal with that as well. So just starting to get a bit more of a feel of the German positions. One thing I'm going to try and do, so I'm going to arrange my smoke, I'm probably going to put it fairly middling, so we've got kind of initial area to work in, but we're blocking the kind of line of sight further back. And while I'm waiting for that to fall, and again I'll show you this when it actually happens, I'm going to bring this tank forward, pop smoke, so hopefully it kind of covers this area, and then get these engineers, which, to be honest, I kind of wish there wasn't so many of them, but I can't split the squad up anymore, to come and use the last of their satchel charges to clear some of these roadblocks. Ideally, probably this one-ish, or this one. I suppose I can work with either, and then probably at least this one, if not the one beside it. So again, try and use the Shermans to, his internal smoke cartridges to create a bit of a diversion. But that's where we're at. Yeah, so maybe why? Because I'm still in command phase. Yes. Sorry, I'm still in review phase. Yeah, let's throw the smoke. We've got. Are they 81mm mortars? No, you have a 2-inch. You're 2-inch. Oh, you're a 3-inch over here. Oh, okay. Very good. Okay, so I do have some on-map 3-inch mortars as well. What I want to look at is probably, I think I might just use this one, and I'll use, you've only got 8 smoke. That's not a lot of smoke. You have 80 smoke. That's much more smoke. I prefer that. Let's do this. I was thinking about not saving this for later, because I don't want to use it all. But yeah, we could just try and essentially cut. Is that too much of an area we're trying to work with? And actually, maybe we're better off saying, look, just do this. And concentrate on getting an initial across the bridge, clearing out the obstacles and getting infantry set up in these buildings. And then we can funnel people over. My only thought is if again, and I haven't got any eyes on it, is there something big and gnarly staring down this road which caused our initial friend to blow up here? The answer is I don't know. I guess we might find out. I think we're just going to do this just to give us that first ability to come in and clear. It's a little bit of protection. I mean, sure, all of you can fire probably smoke, and Short, I think. I don't want to use... Yeah, short's fine. Immediately. 8 minutes. Confirm. Go. So it'll fall at 31 minutes. Good. So until then, we're just going to be positioning ourselves. Again, I'll try and clear the barriers on this side. And we'll try and engage what we can. Oh, I'm going to take you off of heavy, move you just onto light. Because, in fact, you might have to wait a minute because you can't see through your own smoke. Right, I'll clear your target. Again, just so preserve a little bit of ammo. Also, is there any chance you could... No. I know someone has line of sight here and we'll maybe just have to keep taking pot shots at the flak piece, but obviously if it turns around and angrily answers you, it could get pretty unpleasant. Okay, right, anyway. Let's put a cut in because I'd like to try and get at least down towards the initial crossing of the bridge before we end this episode. Okay, well I thought I might as well bring you guys and gals back to watch this live because I don't quite know how it's going to go. Quick up to speed what's happened in the last minute or so. The German Panzerschreck team here decided they didn't like being shot at and used a round, unfortunately, fairly effectively, and of course they killed the Brain Gunner. So I've given some target commands. I'm not sure how well they're going to go because action squares don't line up particularly nicely, but we'll see if we can suppress them. The Panzerschreck team here also took a pot shot at our Sherman and missed, so I'm trying to reply in kind. But yeah, more importantly and interestingly is we've smoked up here. I'm going to try and blast through. Now unfortunately, my engineer squad, which was coming, took one casualty just on this corner from some Germans and some foxholes. And it seemed like apparently that was the guy carrying the satchel charges, so I'm having to send them back to try and medicate him, which is... I don't know, I'm worried they're going to get shot. But thankfully I had brought in a spare, so he's going to try and rush across. Again, slightly exposed. I'm a little uncomfortable. So I've got this Sherman. I'm going to pop some even more smoke so we can try and smoke that place up to clear these obstacles. The foxholes questions were just here, I believe. Yeah, and so I've got our... I've got a Sherman. I'm going to target that shortly. Right, let's... should we zoom in on this bit? Why not? This is, I think, where the action is going to happen. Depending on whether these gents can get across and into the smoke. And we have exposed this Sherman a little bit. Yeah, that's another good smoke around it. And again, okay, no, I like that. We provide plenty of cover. Lots of bangs and explosions. Wind is blowing this way, so this is going to be probably the weaker end of the cover. Nice. Uh-oh. Oh no, you're still there. I thought I'd lost a tank for a minute, just I couldn't see the icon. Okay, that's a good first blast. Smoke's starting to move off a little bit. I'll have to give you I'm going to try and get to hold on for one more minute before you bail out, but that's relatively positive. Did we, just over here, did we ever get any... Oh, hello. Looks like we did. Where have you gone? Oh. I see you. Looks like both of you have run away. To be a problem for another day. Okay. And we also got contact in this building of... Ooh, HMG, okay. That may well cause some problems. We'll again try and get some tank involved in that. No issues with you. I might get a sniper up in that position. I've got one coming forward. And how did things resolve themselves over here? A whole lot of not very much. Is that another casualty? Hang on. Okay, coming from these buildings. Oh no, that's the machine gun. HMG. Yeah, okay, heavy machine gun takes out our gunner there. That's, I suppose, fairly understandable. Oh. Yeah, you are in a super annoying position. I hate it. I really do. Maybe a kill, but I doubt it. And yeah, and that was our German engaging these chaps. And missing. Okay. But, I mean, can't complain too much. Didn't lose a tank. We got our first space made. And we're starting to bring a little bit of pain upon the old Germans here. Oh, hello, who are you? Just an infantry team, okay. All of which we can deal with. Cool. Deal with them we shall. You guys, no, you're doing your medic-y stuff now, so you need to sit where you are, help provide that cover, which means I probably want you to dart forward, probably about here, and then pop some smoke for me. Oop. No, not there. To the target. Get over in kind of this direction, and just to reinforce this little barricade we're going. So you cleared out both of those, that's lovely. And yeah, now this is where it's going to get a little tricky, possibly painful for you. Not the right action square. It kind of seems to be right. In which case, I kind of need you to actually go and face more like that. And then pop your smoke. In fact, I might push you forward quite far. But you should be relatively safe. We'll get you in, give a smoke out, we'll get you out. Although, as yet, touch wood, I've not seen that much threat beyond the little, what do you call it? Hand-strike teams. You know, significant threats to our armour. I've no doubt they're here and lurking. Right. Let's get you in here. And I'd like to start bringing forward a little bit more armour. Where's the rest of your team? Those four here. Okay, cool. Which way are you facing? Not really the right way, but we'll get you moved up. So we've got at least whole troop supporting, and we'll get you guys out of the way. This first push. The kind of movements you guys really don't need to see on camera. Alright, I'll sort out these vehicles off the way. Yeah, I wanna. Okay, I'll do some movements. We'll come back and we'll watch the clearance of this side of obstacles. Okay. Alright, orders in. Hit the big red buttons. Here we go. Now I feel like I'm slowly creeping forward and exposing more and more of my tank forces. That at some point there's going to be a large, angry anti-tank gun somewhere. It's going to cause me a lot of problems. Good job, engineers. Right, hope the smoke goes out before you guys get shot. Oh, you got shot, I'm afraid. HQ team in the upper that story, that building, that's something we can definitely deal with. Oh, and they've run away. Okay. But objective done, road cleared. I'm kind of having to suck up this HMG fire because I can't get an angle on it for just now. There is some German artillery falling, but I'm not seeing it go anywhere useful yet. Okay, how are we looking? Do you know what? For the cost of one life, that's a fantastic job. Well done, engineers. Well done. That's exactly what we need. Now we do need to go around these tank obstacles. This is we've got a nice clear path we can drive. Okay, one vehicle at a time. And then we just need to do the same thing over here. which is still going to be a little bit rubbish. And I suspect we'll probably dive over this way. Have this as our main path, which means there's probably people hiding in the south. But this looks pretty good. Right, we're sitting at 45 minutes, and as much as I would like to keep going, I've kind of waffled on too long and pushed the time a little bit. So apologies for that. So we're going to put a pin in this here, and we'll come back next time where we will be looking at this crossing. And I'll try and advance things a little bit quicker than I have been. But I think that was a solid episode. A few minor casualties, but we've made some good progress. We've cleared our side of the bridge of obstacles. Smoke's coming in 5 minutes, so we'll try and hammer the positions we know about before that falls, and then we're going to push across. And again, it's going to be some unfortunate engineers go first, and we're going to try and get some infantry over there. Fun and games. Okay, please do join me then. I'll see you later. Bye.